Good morning, everyone. This is Byron Lehman. This is the Jittery Goat YouTube channel. I also have a website. It's called The Jittery Goat. You'll find it at jitteryg.com. That's where you'll find my short stories, vignettes, and also you'll find the links to my novels that are on Amazon. Usually at this time, I talk about maybe a book that I've written or maybe a short story that I've written, and I will direct the viewers to my website. However, this morning I'm going to deviate from that just a little bit, a whole lot, as a matter of fact. I'm going to tell you a story. So, if you would like for you to stick around and listen to this story, because it's personal to me, and it's a good story. I think it is anyway. I've told it several times. I've never told it to any more than one or two people at a time. Um, anyway, actually, I'm going to tell you about a dream I had just about an hour and a half ago. And that's where this story started from. So I haven't had a chance to rehearse this or to write it up too much. And so anyway, it's a story that I've wanted to write, but I could never think of a way to write it. I can only tell it. So it starts off with this dream that I had. So this dream I had, I dreamed I was in my late 20s, early 30s, still a young guy, and I'm ready to play basketball, and I'm late for a game. It's already, the first half is already over with. It's starting the second half, and I'm coming into the game in the second half. And I get the ball immediately, and I take the first shot. And I think during my dream that I might have been sleeping on my wrist wrong or something, because there was some pain in my wrist and it was kind of stiff. So when I took that first shot, I knew the flex was not in my wrist for a follow through. So sometimes when you recognize that that's going to happen, you put more arm into it. And so that's what I did. And so when I took a shot, put more arm into it, it went in. And so far, I like how this dream is starting out. The ball goes in, and I remember it, a little thing. Usually when a ball goes in, it will go swish, but this one here was right in the middle of the rim, and it was a new net. And when it has a new net, it just kind of plops, and then it goes through. I just remember that. I don't know why. That sticks out in my mind. However, the game went on, and I made some more shots. Like I said, it was really going to be a good dream. And there were some shots that I made that I just threw the ball near the basket and it went in. And anyway, good dream. The team I played for won. So after the game, the two teams were sitting separately from each other. One team is like over here, and the other team is way off over there. And so I go over to this team, and I start talking to them. I think they're my team, and one of the guys says, "We're not your team." And the reason why is I had this one reason why the confusion is that we didn't play shirts and skins. We all had just shorts and shirts on and tennis shoes, and you couldn't tell one team from the other unless you recognized your teammate. Well, I told him, I said, I have trouble with facial recognition, so you guys got a couple baskets you didn't deserve. So I went over and I started talking to my teammates. And we were living in a kind of a rural area, rural West, where everybody seemed to be like they were ranch hands or something like that. But they were good basketball players because there was a couple slam dunks during the game. And so we were trying to decide who was going to take whom home, because not everybody had a car. And one guy was going to take a couple guys home, and that was going to take a couple hours because they lived so far apart. So, they knew I needed a ride home. So one of them asked, "Well, where you live?" And who? I said, "Well, I'm staying with Terry and Kim." "Well, do you know them?" "Oh, yeah, we know them." Well, this is where a story gets kind of funny. Dreams are really weird, because Terry and Kim they're not my age. They're the age of my children. So here I am. I'm in my 20s or 30s. So what age are they? Well, they're probably 12, 13 years old. However, they should be if I'm in my 20s or the 30s. However, they're married and they have a place and so forth. And so that's where I'm staying. And, dreams are kind of funny. I think it was a comedian, Mitch Hedberg, said, I know it's a dream because I'm repairing a go-kart with my ex-landlord. So dreams really get mixed up. So anyway, they said, Terry and Kim, do you know Kim's dad? And I said, well, yeah. I said, Ronnie, he's an old friend of mine. We go way back. He's one of my oldest friends. And I said, let me, we got some time here. Let me tell you a story about Ronnie. In fact, I'll tell you a couple of stories. And the stories, now that's the dream part. And the stories I'm going to tell are true stories. So I began to tell him about this one time when I was going to move, and I needed some help moving, and I wasn't going to move far. I was just going to move 2 houses down from 318 to 322. Okay, same side of the street, just two doors down. And I asked Ronnie if he'd give me some help. He said, sure, just let me know when to be there. And I said, well, I get off work Friday. I'm home anywhere between 3:15 and 3:20. However, this is Friday. Let me cash my check. I'll be home right around 3:30. So if you're there, we're good to go. And I said, we'll have a couple other guys there to help us out. So I get off work, cash my check, I go home, and what do I see walking down the sidewalk is Ronnie. He's carrying stuff. He's moving already. I said, oh, Ronnie, what are you doing? I told you, 3:30. What are you? Oh, he said, I got here an hour ago. I got you already almost all moved. And sure enough, I think the only thing that had to be moved is maybe a couch, a chair, a refrigerator, and a stove, and that was it. I had a dolly, and he moved some stuff with that, but Ronnie is a worker. That's just the way he was. That's one story. That's the kind of guy he was, okay? Another story involves a time when our 2 families, we decided to go to Cedar Point together. Now, Cedar Point is an amusement park on Lake Erie, in Ohio, Lake Erie of Ohio. And it's a great amusement park. I mean, you could spend a day there and not see everything. You got to spend a weekend. You got to spend a couple days there. It's as big as Disneyland, if not bigger. And so I'm not really into rides. I really don't like, amusement rides. I don't like to go high. I don't mind being swirled around and so forth, but height really scares me. I hate going on Ferris wheels. So they had this ride here. It's called a Gemini. At that time, it was a premier roller coaster of its time. It was only about 155 feet high. And Ronnie gets on this thing, and he goes on and he gets off of it. And he says, you got to get on that. It is so much fun. I said, nah, that's not for me. He says, no, it's a lot of fun. I said, no. He said, no, come on, we'll have fun. And so the thing is, with Ronnie, you never enter into a negotiating process with him because he'll always win. Now, you might want him to negotiate for you, but never against him. He talks me into going on this Gemini. We get in, and we're strapped in. Now, he's a couple seats ahead of me. For some reason, I don't know why. And somebody else in the family is next to me. And I'm not liking this already. I'm thinking, what am I doing? How could I let him talk me into this? So the roller coaster starts out. And as it starts to move, I'm thinking, I can't get off now. There's nothing I can do about this. And, it starts up that first hill. That's the highest one. It takes a long time to get it there. It goes click, 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 click up. And I'm thinking, oh my goodness. Is this what it's like before you go for this firing squad? If I ever have to do this, they're going to have to drag me. And so we're clicking up there, and Ronnie turns around and he says, isn't this fun? And Ronnie kind of has a little bit of a southern accent. He was raised in Alger, Ohio, and a lot of folks there are from the South, and he's got that southern motion to his talk, a southern drawl. Isn't this fun? And I said, Ronnie, when we get off of this, our friendship is over. I'm going to kill you. We get up there. We get to the top, and we're at the very top. I'm at the very top there, and I'm looking out, and I can see Lake Erie, and I swear to goodness I can see Canada. We're so high. And you can see all over. I mean, It was incredible. So here we go. We go down. And to me, it seems in my mind that we're going straight down. We're looking into death. This is what you see in the end. Death. And all of a sudden that leaves me. Thrill. Adrenaline takes over. It's incredible. We hit the bottom. We go out straight. We go up another one and down and around and through. And before you know it, it's all over. It's so exhilarating. And Ronnie is already off, and he's in the midway, and I get off, and I come off the ramp there, and I grab a hold of his arm. I said, "Come on, Ronnie, we're going again." And that's my friend Ronnie. And so what are good friends? Well, good friends will help you move furniture. They'll talk you into doing crazy stuff. And there's somebody you don't mind dying with. And so sad to say that not too long ago, my friend Ronnie passed. But boy, do I have a lot of good memories that I can share, that I can think about with him. So anyway, please leave your comments in the comments section. Hit the subscribe button if you would. I'd appreciate it. Okay. Thanks for listening to this story. And remember, do good stuff, read good stuff, write good stuff, and see good stuff in others. Take care. Bye now.